my Fox Hallow Fam. I'm Dave and welcome to Baking with Fox Hallow Kitchen. I know I've said this before, but in this episode we're going to do something completely different. Today I'm making sushi. Specifically, I'm going to show you how to make California rolls. A California roll is a type of sushi that's made without using any raw fish. These rolls are bite-sized, so they're perfect for entertaining or just as a side dish. They do take a little practice and a couple of special ingredients, but once you get the hang of it, you'll always want to roll your own instead of ordering out. So if you're ready to roll, then let's have some fun. The first thing we're going to do is cook our sushi rice. Now sushi rice is a special short grain rice that has a lot of starch in it, but the individual grains don't fall apart when you cook them, and that's what we're looking for. We're going to put a cup of sushi rice in our bowl, which I have rinsed under cold water for a couple minutes to remove any excess starch. And then we're going to cook that with 1 1/4 cups of water and slowly bring this to a boil over like medium-high heat. Okay, once this is simmering, I'm going to stir it one more time, cover it, and turn the heat down to low, and let this simmer for 25 minutes covered, and then we'll take it up. Okay, once our rice is done cooking here, we're going to turn it out into a generously sized bowl. Try to get as much out as we can. Some of it might stick to the bottom, that's okay. We're trying not to break any grains of rice. We want them to stay whole. So if any stick to the bottom, we don't necessarily need them, that's okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar and just drizzle that over the top. And take a big spoon and gently work that rice vinegar into our rice. Just turn it over gently. Again, we don't want to break any grains of rice here. Just until it's worked in. Once that's completely worked into the rice, we're going to set this aside and let it cool until it's down to room temperature. It's okay to fan it a little bit, stir it from time to time, but we don't want it to be warm to the touch. We want it to be room temperature in order to make our California rolls. While our rice is cooling, I'm going to make some fillings. We're going to take first some imitation crab legs and cut them lengthwise in quarters, just like that. Then I'm going to take a small cucumber, remove the seeds, and cut the rest into matchsticks. Finally, we want to take a ripe avocado and cut that into small strips as well. First, get it open here. Now that I've got everything prepared in advance, we're ready to make our rolls. I'm going to take a half sheet of sushi nori with the shiny side down and lay it on my sushi mat. Now I've covered this in plastic because we're going to make these inside out rolls and you don't want them sticking to anything. We're going to take, with wet hands, take some of the rice and just cover this with rice using wet hands. Keep wetting your hands. You'll need to as you go, definitely. You want to get the whole way to the edges of the nori sheet, especially this top edge. Use about 1/3 of the rice that we made for each half sheet. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to take a wet hand here and just press it down ever so slightly just to adhere it to the nori surface. Then for an extra garnish, I'm going to put black sesame seeds over about the top half of this. You don't have to do this. You can use regular sesame seeds if you have them, or nothing at all. It doesn't really matter that much. Just like that. And then very carefully, we're going to turn this over lengthwise. So that the rice is face down. And then to that, I'm going to take 2 of my pieces of crab leg and lay them here about a ½ inch from the bottom. Couple pieces of the avocado, same thing. It's okay if they go outside the edges a little bit. And then a couple of these matchsticks of cucumber. You don't want to overfill them, you just want enough to get a taste of everything. Just a couple. That's all you need, right there. And then I'm going to take my sushi mat and very gently start this, but I'm going to tighten this roll really nicely. I'm going to make a nice tight roll with it as I go. And just roll it up. Very little bit at a time, make a nice tight roll. Till I get to the very end. And there we are. And now we have a nice little sushi roll. Then I'm going to very gently pick my sushi roll up and place it on a cutting board. And then with a very sharp knife with wet hands, I'm going to slice it into about 8 pieces. It helps to have a really sharp knife here, and clean the knife between each cut and make it wet. Just cut them into 8 pieces there. You can cut some of the excess off the ends if you need to, where it went out past the nori. Just going to cut a little bit off there. And that's it, they're ready to go. And now for the best part, the taste test. I like mine with a little bit of soy sauce. Oh man, those are fantastic. You guys are going to love it. Wrapping up today, I want to thank you all for joining us and encourage you to check out our friends and support channels listed in the description below. But before I go, always remember, good times and good food on Baking with Fox Hallow Kitchen. See you soon.
If you like this video or any of our other videos,
be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and stay tuned for future shows.